Hello guys, welcome to another training video. Today I'll be teaching you basics of layers and layers masks in Adobe Photoshop. So whenever you have an image open up in Photoshop, it will start off as a background layer in the layers panel. Here you can just see I have my layers panel opened up. If you don't have your layers panel opened up, you can always come up to the window menu on top, click on window and click on layers, and this panel will open up. So whenever an image is open up in Photoshop, the first layer will be the background layer, which you can just see the image I have opened up right now. So usually what we can do is we can duplicate this background layer. So then whatever effect we apply on that duplicated image, it won't affect the background layer, which is this original image itself. So I'll just right click on this image and click on duplicate layer and hit OK. So you can now see it has created a layer on top of the background layer called background copy. You can obviously just double click and rename this to anything you want. I can just rename this to be set as duplicated image. So on this duplicated image, whatever effect you apply, it won't affect the original background image, which is under the duplicated image. I'll just show you. By first come up to the toolbar on the left side. I'll grab my brush tool and I'll just make a stroke like this. So now I'll just show you. You can just see in the layers panel, the duplicated image has that stroke we just created, but not the background image, which is the original image behind it. To see the background image behind it, you can just click on this eye icon, which just next to this thumbnail of the duplicated image. Just click on this and it will hide this top layer image and it will show you the original background layer image behind it. So suppose you need to add one more effect to this image, but you can again duplicate this image. Right click on it and click on duplicate layer, and now suppose you want to add a white stroke on top of it. So I'll just select a white color from here, and on the brush I'll just drag and just roughly draw a white line on it. Now you can see the top layer has the white and black, but the second layer does not have it. I just uncheck the eye icon on the top layer and you can see the second layer, you are just seeing it. And if you uncheck this one also, you will be able to see the background layer behind it. So suppose the best way to do is if you have many changes to be applied, this can be really confusing if you keep duplicating the image on top of these layers. So another way you can do is using adjustment layers. I'll just show you. I'll just hold down shift and select these two layers and just click and drag in the bin at the bottom. So to add an adjustment layer, come up to the layers panel here at the bottom, which says this, create new adjustment layer, and it will pop up a menu. Whatever options you see in this menu, you'll be able to find it here on the image menu on top. Click on image, go into adjustments, and you'll be able to find most of the options whatever you find down there. So in this you can just click on this adjustment layer, and I'll just click on this levels. So what it does is it adds an adjustment layer on top of this image. Instead of duplicating that layer, image layer, it will add an adjustment layer on top of it, and you can just slide here and just set the colors to whatever you want. I'll just darken it a bit. So once that's done, just close this adjustments layer. Now you can see whatever effect it has applied on the adjustment layer but not on the background image itself. So if you uncheck this eye icon, you can still have the original image intact behind it. And the best part about this adjustment layers is that you can always go back and change it accordingly. And suppose you want to add more than one adjustment layer, you can even do that. Again, come up to the layers menu here, and I'll just click on this, create new adjustment layer, and this time I'll just add a hue saturation adjustment, and it will add that. I'll just slide it and I'll just change the color of the image a bit. You can see the effect is taking place on this. Now you see we have two adjustment layers. So in this way, using adjustment layers is easier than duplicating the layers image on top of each other. Another thing I'll just show you is layers and the layers mask. The mask is I'll just show you the layers mask. I'll just delete this first adjustment layer. Layer mask is actually right now, just select on this white square, and I'll just grab my brush tool, and I'll increase the brush size here, and I'll just paint it black here on top. You are not able to see this at the moment because you can see in the thumbnail it has added a black stroke on the image. So what does this do is now whatever effect you will apply on this image will only affect the outer portion of the stroke, which is the white area and not the black one. Now I'll just show you. I'll just click on this adjustment layer again, and I'll just set this to red, and you see the center image is not, the center portion is, the center portion of the image is not getting affected, and only the top and the bottom, because that center portion is that stroke we just created with our brush tool, the black one. That's the area that is not getting affected. And suppose you want to you do the opposite, so I'll just show you. I'll just click this, close this adjustment layer, and now to remove the stroke, that black stroke, just select the white brush here and just paint over it. Now you can see the whole image is getting affected with that adjustment layer, because we just deleted that black stroke we just created. And now you can see white means whatever is white is revealed and whatever is black is hidden. So I hope you guys have learned something from this training tutorial. You can easily practice this out, and do shoot me an email if you have any questions to ask. I hope this gave you a basic understanding of layers and adjustment layers and layer mask. Please keep following my training videos for more tutorial. I'll be posting more videos soon. Thanks for watching, guys.